much later. But for some reason, because it has a nice tune and it's become traditional, there's no getting rid of it, unfortunately. Like once something creeps into Judaism, there's no, it's like luggage. You buy a piece of luggage, you keep that forever. You can't get rid of it, unfortunately. Right? I mean, it's probably more important, I think, to do away with laws than to create new ones. Same thing with taxes, right? That once you have a new tax in society, you better believe that tax is going to remain. I think Donald Trump had an interesting policy that in order to create one regulation in the business sector, you had to do away with two. And that's the only way you know that you're progressing.
How much of that is based on halacha, that once a community starts doing something that it's like, now you're stuck with it? Is that like biblical, rabbinical?
So that is part of Jewish law, by the way. When there's a Sanhedrin, if there's a practice, not that they just start doing something, but if there's a law created by the Sanhedrin that the people do not adopt as a whole, that they just sort of toss it to the side, that you're supposed to wear Nikes and then people are stuck on their Yeezys, then that halacha will fall away. To a certain extent. They can't be something from an ethical perspective. They can in some way legitimize idolatry, let's say. This is why the word Masorah, or like really minhag, doesn't really mean tradition. Because they'll say, well, this is my minhag, and this is why I do it. That means your minhag was that, I don't know, every Wednesday you guys get together and play poker. Right? Well, that's stupid, because if, from that perspective, because the statement in Hebrew is, Minhag Yisrael kehalacha, or Minhag Yisrael Torachi, that the customs of Israel, they become Torah. That's only when the custom is ratified by the Sanhedrin. I mean, there has to be some checks and balances, because people have some stupid customs out there. For example, like the Syrians have this custom of not accepting converts. Right? That's a stupid, like in Yiddish, you'll say a minhag shtus. Like,
all right, so I have a really good question here. I used to get in arguments with the Chabadniks.